So check this out. This is the one that I just flashed the pictures of. Deep red carnelian that I found just yesterday when CJ and I were out. So I soaked it overnight in Lime-A-Lay to clean it up, and then we're going to put it on. Now, talk about a carnelian, huh? Is that something or what? So here we go. We're going to start out with our cool carnelian here on 100 grit on our handy dandy high-tech diamond. Okay, here we go. Got a nice water flow going there. At it. Look at the veins in that thing. I almost want to leave those veins in there. Man, I almost don't want to take the black veins out. They're just so cool the way they look with the light hitting them in the front, and then even without light, just looking at them like that. Very cool. Dip this after about 5 minutes of this. See if I can get it really focused so you can see it. Look at that thing. Looks like a freaking volcano. You see the fire in it? Wow. That's a fire agate right there. A carnelian fire agate. Okay, so here's a technique you can use to, you see how the bottom right there is kind of lumpy? We're gonna, and I just barely started on it, but we're gonna kind of round it off just for a kind of a finished look. And how we're going to do that is we're going to use the sides of this. Take a quick look at it. See how it's starting to round off? But it's kind of uneven at the bottom, so we're going to work this side right here a little bit more, so that when you look at it, it'll be nice and even. Now it's starting to round out a little bit. We don't want to do too much. I don't want to take too much off this thing. It's too fabulous. Look at that. We might be able to sell that thing in carats. Okay, as we continue to shape this, let's see if I can, so you can see it. So we're just going to go around here and round off the corners. And I'm going to use the side of the high-tech here to kind of here we go. We're going to start on this, but we're going to be really careful not to hit that fiery spot right there on the side. I'm going to start working it here just a little bit. Wicked. So on the 180 stage here, we're starting to round the corners off. As you can see up here, we still got that little bit of a crater. But if I take off too much more, and that's a pretty deep little crater, we'll be in trouble. So we're going to leave that for now. Unless I can come up. It's got some pretty neat ghosts in it. Get a little bit wet. Take a look at it. We're starting to round those corners off. Shape's a little odd, but I think that's the way the rock wants to be. And who am I to argue with Mother Nature? So, as I was working that 180 grit disc, look what happened. Yep, our fire agate chipped. So what we're going to do is, what we're basically doing here, God, you can see it, is up around here, and through here. I'm just going to flatten it out, and then we're going to end up filling it, I think, with amethyst chips, filling this cavity right here. Okay, on to the dental tools. Now we're going to smooth out and around here. So sometimes you get all of these, like in this case with this, all these little channels going here, right? Yeah, it's got a little bit of gunk in it. So rather than keep flattening the rock to the point where it's so thin that I lose so much of the material of the rock. I'm going to stay with the natural. And as I do here, I'm going to leave some of these channels in because they just look wicked. Look at, right? Look at that. Let's see if I can get that so you can see it. Oh yeah. See the channels in it? It's got so much fire. Well, here we go. Final polish on 50K. Looking pretty good. Got the stone mounted in there. All polished off. Got the hole drilled. We're ready for it now. How exciting. It's going to be so beautiful. Yeah, we'll get her all polished up with a rag. Get all the polish out of her.